Hey Tita, hey. You got Jada.
I'm Kai.
And I'm Camille.
And we are calling all boss babaes and creative kabayan.
It's your favorite break, your Tita break.
Thank you for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here. So thank you. But make sure you like and subscribe, share, follow, all that fun stuff before you continue on watching. We'll give you a moment. Just take a moment.
It's so easy. It's like 2 seconds.
Right? Just a little tap,
it
tap.
real fast.
Thank
It
you.
means everything to us, so please subscribe. Please.
All right. Hey Titas. Another week, another episode.
Happy belated Easter.
Yes.
Yes. How was everybody's Easter?
He has risen.
He has risen.
Yes.
I can eat meat now. No,
Yeah, honestly. I had some good fish and chips on Friday, I will say.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I had some fish and chips on Friday as well. I found a new spot in Scarbs.
Nice.
Which I haven't messaged my cousin yet. I got to figure it out. I'll share it with you guys.
Fish and chips now. Thank you.
Right? Filet of fish
Craving
just doesn't
everything
cut
right
it.
now, but
We're also just very hungry.
Very hungry.
Right now. We'll start a communal snack
how
drawer.
was everyone's?
What did you guys do? I just had like a fam jam, like we usually do.
Same. I had family over on Sunday, and actually I was going to share this with you guys, but I didn't. So saving it for the show.
Love it. Let's hear it.
It's just I had a moment
Okay.
where this was my first time actually cooking for my family and hosting and cooking.
Oh, like the full shebang.
Yeah,
Like, okay,
normally
hostess with the
all my
mostest.
aunts and uncles will contribute,
Nice.
and I'm just there. Even in my own house, like they bring the food and I just eat. Like maybe I'll cook some rice or
Yeah.
I'll order, a
Yeah.
little dessert or something. But this is the first time that I cooked for my family.
Get it,
so
Cam?
I made my cabbage
Okay, why is
rolls.
my
We love that.
Hearty.
Ooh, and her cabbage rolls are fire.
Okay, I already put in my request like 2 weeks ago. I was like, I'm craving them.
I know.
Oh, so good.
So
With the
I
mash.
made that, and I made honey butter corn. A recipe that I got from Anita. Thank
Best.
you for teaching me
Hi,
how to
Anita.
do that.
Hi, Anita.
And
I hope you're following their page.
right? And it was a hit. It was and
I'm not surprised.
I also made my pineapple upside
I was
down
gonna
cake.
say, I was like, did you make the
Okay,
cake?
she did
So,
the
like,
trifecta.
My
There we
Tita
go.
also, she makes that cake, so that's what inspired me to make the cake. That's where I got my
there you go,
recipe
continuing
from.
the tradition.
And I didn't know she was going to make it, so we both made it, which is fine. It was no
I'd be like,
issue.
oh,
Right?
one for me.
And she said that it's now my responsibility to make the cake.
passed
so
the torch.
I got it. Yeah.
Nice.
And I am now required to make these cabbage rolls all
There
the
we
time
go.
for the family
I'm
function.
not surprised.
I'm
I
not
feel like I've
surprised.
elevated in my
Like, level up, yeah.
right, in my matriarch status or
I love
whatever,
that. Yes,
so
go
it was
Camille.
huge. The reaction from my aunt, from my tita, from my tito, from my cousins even, who are like picky eaters, especially CJ, who's like he doesn't eat vegetables, doesn't like cabbage, doesn't like tomatoes. Like he was
That's
just
huge.
yeah.
That's
so
huge.
I was very honored. I still have my mom's youngest brother, and his family still needs to try it, but I think that these guys were a little more discerning, especially being they're the full Filipinos. My mom's youngest brother is married to a Chinese person. I don't know why I'm talking about you like that, Auntie Wendy. You're Chinese, it's not a big deal, right? Right? Well, anyways, she's a Chinese person who, so they need to try it too. But I feel like between the two, because my aunt is she's like a hardcore Filipino chef. She's a creator.
Nice.
Very, so that was kind of like my toughest critic, I would say.
Hey,
Yeah.
pass with flying
Why
colors.
am I getting emotional here?
It's a big
That's
deal.
a big thing.
It was
I
a
feel
big
like to get
deal.
the family's approval of yes, you can cook, yes, you can host.
Right?
It makes me being passed the baton.
Yeah, it felt massive.
I also know that going into the holidays, thank you for sharing, going into the holidays, it was something that you said you wanted to take on.
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to take on a little bit more of that side of yourself and creating space and providing an environment where you're hosting and stuff. So big up yourself.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cook with Camille. Matriarchal, so good.
Thanks, guys.
And
Thank
on
you.
that note, you're gonna bring that for us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
We'll
the
have a
formal
potluck.
request.
Yeah. We'll have a potluck or something.
So good. Because she's a recipe keeper. If you guys,
Yeah.
no,
I have a lot of family.
traditional holder.
Yeah.
Keeper, holder.
Yeah.
What was the
sorts.
words? What was the
Family
commute quote?
tradition keeper.
There we
Yes.
So
yes,
I do have
yes.
some secret recipes, my cabbage rolls being one of them,
Yes.
that, under lock and key.
There we go.
Under lock and key.
Delicious.
It's pretty
What a great
exclusive.
story.
All right, well, don't want to go miss what we have in store for today. So we're going to take a beat right here, and you will catch us back on Tita Salita.
We're still talking about the cabbage rolls, so
It's so
just,
on brand.
there were none left.
No mashed potatoes.
No mashed potatoes. I thought that there was going to be enough because I knew my aunt was going to bring, she always throws down, she brings a whole feast over. There's pots, there's pans.
Everyone's getting
We
boned.
love
You know what I
Titas for
mean?
that.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful. But
Now you're
there
that.
were none. There were no
Which is a
cabbage
good
rolls left.
sign.
Yeah, I'm
Scrape the
grateful.
plate
Thank you for
clean.
eating.
You have
all of them.
graduated
Clean
into
plate
that
club.
Tita.
I have. I'm so grateful. So grateful.
I'm
so
so
happy.
happy
Thank you.
for you.
Love
Thank you.
Easter. Love the Easter
Love
eats.
Easter. There was that one story
What
that I want to
story?
share. Another story about
Please.
church.
Oh yeah, because we told you to save. Okay, go ahead. What happened? Is this Easter chismosa?
It is. I listen.
Or chismis?
Easter is such a big deal in our culture,
Of course.
primarily
100%.
because a lot of
Yep.
us are Catholic or Christian, and we follow that liturgical calendar. So I went to a different church than the church that I'm registered at this year for Easter.
Okay.
It's a church that's right around the corner from my house. It's still a Catholic church, and so we went to the Easter vigil mass.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's 3 hours long usually, right?
Ah, okay.
And normally when you go into this, it's with the lighting of the candles, everything's dark, right? There's songs, there's praise, there's, and then I noticed in the distance there in the church, there's it looked like a cave,
oh.
but it's a tomb. It's Jesus's tomb. It's
Okay.
huge, this huge structure.
In the church.
In the church.
Like at the front, like in the altar? Or
Beside the altar. There's
Okay.
a
Oh.
space where they decorate sometimes.
Wow.
They put a huge nativity set there in Christmas time. So now there's a big cave.
Okay,
Cool.
set design.
Right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh great. He's risen. Fantastic.
Tomb.
Right? Makes sense. Makes
yeah.
sense, right? So the time comes for all the lights to go on in the
Okay.
church because he's risen. And I hear all this music, so I'm looking at the altar. My husband nudges me. He's like, look over there. I look at the tomb. The tomb's opening.
No.
Oh.
No.
The
no.
rock in front
No,
of the
no, no,
tomb
no,
is
no.
opening. What? There's smoke, and Jesus comes out.
Hello, production value.
Shout out to Pinoy of our Lord.
Full smoke machine.
Smoke machine, and Jesus is slowly coming out.
Is what? How is everyone reacting to this?
Okay.
Sorry, how are you reacting? And then how is
can't
everyone
speak how
reacting?
everyone
I love
else
that.
is reacting. I saw phones, I saw lights, I saw Jesus, I saw the tomb, I saw the smoke.
Yeah.
My husband's like, Camille, you looked like a kid on Christmas morning or something, in a toy store. He's like, your mouth was moving, but you weren't saying anything, and your eyes were just lit up. So essentially, I was like this.
Because
I was in awe.
Showing up for mass and getting a matinee.
You know what I mean?
Shows
Jesus
up.
came out of the tomb.
Wow, I love the delivery.
but the smoke machine.
The smoke, everything. It was so it was miraculous.
Shout
It
out
was
to their
true,
team.
Really.
That makes it magical. Who would have expected that? Yeah.
'Cause, not to knock the church. I love church. I love
Yeah.
mass. But I know that sometimes when people go to church, and especially when it's longer. Sometimes you zone out a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And you
Hey,
could miss the
guilty.
message. You could
Yeah.
miss, and that's just
It
our
happens.
attention span. It's just reality.
Human,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
not
human
throwing
nature.
shade.
Yeah.
But you weren't missing that.
Shout out to that team who
Right?
put on the production.
My
for Easter.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And I wonder what kind of protocol they had to go through. If someone had to be we should do this, and if everybody was on board right away.
I need to know who did this, and I need
Yeah.
to know if they've done
Good
this in
job.
years past.
and I want to
because
know
this is
how
my
many
first time
churches they
going.
do it at.
Yeah.
They tore.
Right? It was just the first time at this church because I know the priests there are new because they change every few years
true.
sometimes.
Yeah,
so the
yeah,
priests
yeah.
there are newer. They came, I think, last year. I went to the installment ceremony,
Oh.
and they did part of there was Italian in the mass. There was just
Yeah.
a lot of beautiful stuff.
I feel like that's cool. It's always sad to see someone go, but then sometimes a new priest can inject new energy or
Exactly.
new things right into the mass,
Exactly.
which I appreciate.
Sorry, I'm just I'm trying to play that moment in my head, and I'm like, how many people gasped?
Yeah.
Everybody, I'm sure everybody did, right? Like, it's Jesus. He's coming out, right?
Imagine being a kid.
Yeah.
Imagine being a Filipino, in there, knowing that we do
Grown
the
adults,
Stations of the
Filipino,
Cross.
yeah.
My family owns a Santo Entierro
And
in the
they also-
Philippines, and
oh.
it sleeps in its own room.
Well, that
There you
and they
go.
also reenact the crucifixion back
This is
home.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine being like, you know, there and
Yeah.
just seeing that. I have the video, by the way. I'll show
Can
it to you
you run
offline.
the clip, please?
It's not my video because I told you I was
Yeah.
paying attention.
She was stunned
I
at
was
the moment.
stunned.
She couldn't.
Yeah.
She
shake
was
the phone
talking
out quick
Italian
enough.
to herself.
No, that's awesome. Also,
Yeah.
I like going to a church and they do something, you know, unexpected.
Yeah, it was nice.
I love that.
Beautiful. Beautiful all around.
Thank
So.
you. Wow, your Easter was
Your Easter was eventful.
chef
Yeah.
kiss, literally.
Thank you.
I spent it with family.
Oh, yeah.
The best way to
Nice.
spend it.
Good
I mean, who
eats,
else
family?
did spend it with, right? So.
Family.
Do people do Friends Easter? Is that a thing?
No, but we
Yeah.
You know, like they
should.
do like Friendsmas and like Valentine's Day or like
Or
Gal's Day.
Galentine's. Yeah.
Like, do
Actually, I
they
never
do
thought
that?
about
That's a
that.
great
You know?
I did see one thing on
trademark
Instagram.
that.
Tita
You heard it
Easter.
here first.
Yeah. There was one where they were obviously influencers. They did an Easter egg hunt, but instead of like eggs and chocolate, it was like beauty products.
Ooh.
I don't know who's footing the
wow.
bill, or maybe you need a lot of sponsors for that. But I was like,
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to be in that Easter.
I will hunt for a cabbage roll. How about that?
I would
It's
too,
just like
yes.
a ticket.
I just pictured an Easter egg with like mashed potato, and I'm like, oh my god.
Or it's just like a number of like how many you get.
What would you want if you could have an Easter egg hunt with whatever inside? What's something that you
Oh my
would
god,
choose?
art supplies.
I'm sorry.
Give me the cash up front in my hand.
I'll take art supplies
Right now.
because the money goes there anyway.
Yeah,
No, I hear
true.
that.
I mean, if it could be anything, yeah, cash. Like I don't.
Yeah,
really,
I think, you know what,
I
at
don't
first I
know.
was like, ooh, maybe I can get creative. I'll take the cash.
I don't need more
I'll take the
things.
money.
You know what I mean? I don't need more things. I just
Yes,
need.
I'll decide what things to buy
Yeah,
with
you know
the
what I
cash.
mean. Just put it away. I don't know.
Michael's gift cards to Sarah's above ground. Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Okay, what about
what's
this?
that?
What's the best thing you ate this weekend outside of what you ate?
I mean,
No
Oh
bias.
man, this is hard. We had seafood boil. We had
Oh,
oh my gosh, what
craving
else did we
that.
have? We had a pineapple mochi cake.
oh
we
my
had,
gosh.
God.
What else did we have? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. A ham,
Yep, ham.
Yeah,
pancit, lumpia,
my
the
dad made his
standards.
ham. Yeah,
What else? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank right now. I had a great spread. I even posted it and just
my
drawing a
brother
blank now.
made us a spatula.
What's
Which is
that?
like a German, like, we were actually, my mom called it like a pasta, and he had explained that it's more like a dumpling, but it's like
Okay.
a side, like it's a German
Oh.
side. You put gravy on it. It has the texture
love a
of
good
like a
gravy.
dumpling.
Yum.
I don't know how to spell
Like
it.
a gnocchi.
Oh, maybe.
Kind of.
Kind of like
Okay.
the look is interesting.
It looks like noodles.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but it's very doughy, and it's just a great
Oh, it's a
vehicle.
dough.
Yes, and he makes it from scratch. And
Yum.
here we are talking about food.
Ah, yeah.
It's
Wow,
what we do here.
It
at
looks
Tita Salita.
delicious. I had to Google it.
It is actually
It looks
delicious. So we have that with ham and the fixings and all that.
Okay, so it's like an alternative to rice. Or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
You could.
I guess it's their equivalent to rice, I guess.
Okay.
Or like a potato. Yeah, yeah.
Now that I think about it, I don't think we had any Filipino food at this one.
My mom made her. My mom makes this like sponge cake, and then she does a layer of leche plan on top.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so good.
Oh, yeah,
So good.
so
True.
good.
Anywho.
Anyways.
Hungry.
hungry too. But saw this random thing, guys. Clueless. The TV series is in the work, and it's starring Alicia Silverstone.
What?
Like
The
OG?
OG.
Oh.
Do we care? Are we excited? Is it random?
Okay, I remember they came out with the new Clueless show, and I didn't like the new Cher. Like, she didn't land for me. Do you remember that?
I remember that one,
She
yeah.
didn't land for me.
Yeah.
Also, Moana 2 didn't land for me, but we'll talk about that another day.
No, actually, that was a really good question. What was the question? Yeah.
Okay, so on the weekend, I watched Moana 2 with my nephews, and we all collectively were like, no, that was horrible. Like, it was like, I gave it a 5 out of 10. My nephews actually gave it a 3 out of 10.
Really? Which is
Yes.
also so unfortunate. There was so much hype, but because also the first one did so well.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they tried to do too much character, too much new characters that you don't really care for.
No.
Like, if they kept it to the basics, because Maui was still great.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
who needs no lines. He's a chicken. That's like, it's all you need. And he was phenomenal. But the question was, what movies are actually like the second movie, which one actually is better than the first one?
Oh, like it outdid the first.
It
Like the
outdid
first
the
one was
first
good,
one.
but then it outdid the second
Home
one.
Alone 2.
Sister Act 2.
Home Alone 2. I'm gonna say Rush Hour. Rush Hour 2.
Sister Act 2.
Rush Hour.
Before Time 2.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks is a good
Mighty
one.
Ducks.
It's a good one. I'm trying to think what else is a good. The second one was better.
That's hard.
Yeah, not
Because it's very rare.
It is.
Yeah.
I normally don't even bother, as you know.
I know. I didn't know you
definitely
were a
not
Home
bring it
Alone
on.
2 over 1 girly.
It's just, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because it was like newer, so I had that much more memory as a child. Like Lost in New York was just so, there's just the pranks. I think about the pranks.
And then they also had the toy store thing
exactly.
too. On top of it.
It was
The
just
scary
too much.
pigeon.
And the
lady.
hotel. And the bird. And the symphony.
Yeah.
And, like,
I
it was-
saw actually the director said they regretted having Trump in Home Alone 2.
Oh,
Where there's that
really?
one scene. And
Yeah.
someone also debunked it too. They were like, technically that was an opportunity to stop and save things in the storyline apparently. But
Anyways, I was thinking about this the other day. The soundtracks that movies used to have.
oh yeah.
Oh, I could name
Michael
a
Jackson
bunch.
with Free Willy. Janet Jackson with the Nutty Professor.
Yes.
Sin.
Yes.
Nutty Professor,
Big
that
tracks.
album.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Don't even
That's
get
the
me
big
started.
one.
Set It Off.
I like the Space Jam soundtrack.
Oh,
Waiting
yeah.
to Exhale.
Hello.
Like, what's happening with the soundtracks these days? Because I would still buy those albums if you sold them.
Soul Food.
Oh.
Ooh, bangers.
No.
Listen, let me tell you. Space Jam? Come on.
Space Jam.
Ooh, okay.
Those are good ones, guys.
We will be right back.
Yeah, let's take a break.
So what I want to know is if you guys voted for the pre-voting, the preliminaries,
I meant to go yesterday and work got crazy, so I didn't, but I will be voting on Monday, the 28th.
Yeah.
That'll be the actual election day.
My sister made a very valid point on the weekend. She said, you should always vote because there are so many women in this world who are not given the opportunity to vote.
Touche. Valid point.
Even if you don't know who you're voting for, quick educational, Google it up, but go vote.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
But yes, did you go?
I did vote. I voted last
Nice.
night. My sister, my husband, and I went.
Awesome.
Nice.
And it, because that was the last day for the advanced polls, right? They started on the 18th, ended yesterday. But as you said, Monday, April 28th, that's voting day. So
go before
get your
work.
voting card, get your ID, get whatever you need, and go to your local, wherever it's telling you to go, local
Also,
school.
technically, you're allowed, or it's legal to leave work for 2 hours, I
Exactly.
believe, to go
Yep.
as long as it's going to go vote, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And polls are usually open late. Like yesterday, they were open, during the advanced polling period, they opened 9 to 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
So just to
No, that
accommodate as many people as possible, right?
No, that's a great call.
Yeah, there was actually a record. So advanced voting over the last 4 days shatters a record. I think it was 7.3 million Canadians voted
Wow.
in advanced polls.
Hey,
wow.
go us.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
Go us, eh?
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people looking for change this election. It's really just down to those
Absolutely.
two candidates. And, they have very different platforms. So it's going to be interesting. Mark Carney, the reason why he stands out to me is because he was the Bank of Canada governor.
Yeah.
And then he was the Bank of England governor. So he was the Bank
Oh,
of...
I did not know that about him.
So I think it was 2008 to 2013. Yep, he was in Canada.
Wow.
And then from 2013 to 2020, he was Bank of England. And while he was the governor, I know this is going to sound like a liberal skew. I just thought it was really interesting. I promise.
It's the blazer.
He was with us during that recession. He's the reason why we were able to keep afloat.
which
during the
also
recession.
knowledge
So
and
he has the
history from that experience.
considering all things that are happening right now. But then to combat that, a lot of people were saying, well, he was Trudeau's advisor. And look how that turned out. So, whatever. However you vote, I think the important thing is that you do go out there and vote. Because as you said, so many people don't have that right. So many people are dying for that right.
Yeah.
Not to get overly political, but it's just a fact.
That is just the fact.
This vote affects what our next day-to-day is going to look like, and especially during trying times with all these tariffs and things happening all over the world. So, definitely get out there and vote.
It's always easier to do something before it happens than it is after it's done. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Seriously. So, but that's where we're at. Both of them have like really interesting platforms for housing. It'll be interesting to see who comes into power and then what actually happens. Because, we had Trudeau who was promising 150 billion, 15 billion, right? Only ended up, I think, pledging like 60. So like half of that, if that. And, everything. We all know how the last few years went. So. We don't want to talk about
get
it
into
anymore.
that.
Yeah. So, but that's what's going on. Monday, go vote. That's it.
Exercise your free right to vote.
We're at that age now. We can't just be sitting idly.
No.
Yeah. Or if you don't vote, then you don't.
Well, you can't. Don't complain.
Yeah. It's one of those.
You can't have both.
No.
Yeah. Anywho, what else is happening in the city?
Well, May 8th, I know it's still some time away, but Art Project TO is coming back into town. I think I talked about it last year.
Nice.
It is the largest event in Toronto, where usually we have small little hub events from raw artists where we have they showcase maybe 30 to 40 artists. Artist Project TO, they showcase about 100 to 140 artists.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's
great.
Yeah, I'm so excited. My art nerd is just so excited. So, that's what's going on May 8th. Tickets are on sale now. So.
And is this like a one venue, or is this like something where it's going to be a different venue?
It's usually at the Metro Convention Center.
So it's
okay,
huge.
wow.
Yeah, it's a
massive.
biggie. It's a biggie.
Okay, cool.
I usually spend the entire day there.
Wow. And it's a one-day event?
It's the weekend.
Or the weekend, sorry. Okay, gotcha.
So and even in one day, and I will spend the entire day there, I don't even see everything.
So it's an exhibit, or is there things to do as well? Is it interactive?
They have installments. They have live art. They have all kind of mediums.
Wow.
Gotcha. So maybe panels or certain.
They have panels. Do they have panels?
I
think they have panels on one of the days.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
nice.
It's just a great way to meet a lot of artists, and there's just so much talent in Toronto. So,
what are you hoping to see this year that maybe you haven't seen in previous years?
Good question.
I think I just love being stunned by every year I get surprised by, last year I met this girl and she created art all from ripping. Everything was ripped.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's another girl, she only painted her dreams. There's just, So all of her art was very vivid parts of her dream. And they were just so precise.
That's cool.
And it really told a story, but
I guess as an artist, you have your style in whatever medium it is. So to step outside of that and see other artists and how they approach whatever their artwork, I think it's just true inspiration.
And what they're choosing to express too, right? Because that's a whole other thing. What you choose to showcase is so huge.
And
so
it's
private.
a huge part of yourself, right? And it's also you get to meet, you meet artists that have just got into it, and then you also get to meet older women or older men who are now retired and they took up painting during COVID and now they get to showcase this other part of themselves. It's such a beautiful story, and it's part of my bucket list to make it there one day.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
Let me speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Put it out in the universe.
But what else is going on in the
I
city?
mean, this one's not a huge one, but in lighter news, Cineplex is offering $5 movie tickets all across Canada.
What?
Wait, what?
April 22nd and 29th. So by the time you hear this, we will have missed the 22nd. But on April 29th, it's $5 for a ticket, and then it's $5 for a small popcorn. So if there's anything you want to see out there.
My scene points would never.
Are there any discounts on the VIP side of things?
I was
Ooh, okay, you know what? That is a good question. I didn't research
I was
that.
just
Because
gonna say that.
I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. The last time I watched a movie in theaters was for Morningside.
Oh,
In a regular theater,
Yes,
right?
Oh, nice.
Before that, I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a theater, but when I do go, it's only VIP.
I know,
cannot
not to be
do-
stush,
No,
but
VIP
No,
is
not
nice.
at
It's
all.
a nice experience.
It's once you go back, you can't.
you can't.
You cannot go back. There's no going back.
I mean, I go back only because the theater's around the corner from my house, and sometimes it's just convenient.
Yeah.
And like especially during the daytime when there's no one
That's
there,
different,
So you
yeah.
can create a VIP
Right.
experience.
But they don't serve you the
With the
food
snacks
to
from
the
my
seat.
bag.
That part.
You know?
But I do bring the food in my bag.
Right.
I'm that girl.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
You guys know you all do it.
When you try to open a bag or like
Y'all
a
bring a
can.
snack or two in
Well,
there.
it's not the same. Like, I don't know if like maybe my taste has changed or what, but when I went to Morningside, I was just like, where are my options? Where are my options?
What'd you
I just
get?
have to sit
I didn't
here.
get anything.
Not even a
There-
popcorn.
No, popcorn during the movies makes me sick for some reason. I don't know why.
Really?
Like,
Oh,
I get
love
really
some-
nauseous.
I love
I
some
need
theater
it, yeah.
popcorn.
I
Layer
love
the
theater
butter,
popcorn.
all that good stuff.
Layer it up.
My husband got the popcorn. I ate a few.
Nachos?
Nothing.
Oh.
It just
hot dog?
it was just looking like a little skimpy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like, but I wasn't about to spend all that money
Hey, that's
on
another
that,
thing too
that food that wasn't
sometimes,
going
yeah.
to fill me up.
Yeah, no,
Or,
I get
like,
that. Or sometimes
potentially
you want
not.
like a real, like
I just
proper
want-
food.
yeah,
like,
What's
like
your
meal.
go-to VIP food order?
Okay, so I was doing the dill pickle for a while.
dill
Depending on like
Oh,
the
yeah.
night, like when I was drinking, I would have like a Caesar.
Ooh, oh, I haven't had a good Caesar in a
I
long time.
love
not a
Caesar.
I love a
curry.
Caesar with like
No?
good
No.
fixings in it.
Yeah, extra dark and
Ooh, give me
extra
a piece of
spicy. If
beef
you
Just
have
give me
horseradish in
spaghetti,
there, it's
like, we're
extra.
good.
No, because like the Caesar in itself is like an app. It's like an
Yeah,
appetizer.
yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
And
Yeah.
they had like, what was it? I want to say like fish tacos or something that I was buying.
Their fish tacos are delicious.
Yeah,
Yummy.
right. And their truffle fries, like just like it's just a bunch of little like snacky stuff
Yeah.
that we can share. But I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Back to food.
Right? I just
Sorry,
but
as
that's
you
part
were
of the
saying.
experience.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the experience. Like if you're gonna take me out of my house to go do something that I could do in my house,
Yeah.
Do something different.
it has to. You know what I mean? It has to.
It all has
mimic.
to line up. The movie needs to be worth it. Like, 'cause that's
Right.
another thing I hate. Seeing a movie and I'm like,
1000%.
I could have streamed this at home.
I always go for the nachos, by the way.
No, she doesn't.
Oh,
Stream.
not just
All this incriminating
yeah, like
stuff.
off Netflix or something.
Yeah, that.
Anyways, anyways, go to the movies. It's $5 on April 29th. We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back with your titas.
And we have come to our favorite segment of the show, Am I Bastos?
Never.
Today's story, Am I Bastos for asking my Filipino friend's family for some utensils to eat during a family dinner?
Okay.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Context.
Okay. So I, 18-year-old non-binary, had became friends with another college classmate of mine, 18-year-old female, who was
Okay.
Filipino.
Okay.
And eventually we became close enough that we started hanging out outside of school.
Nice.
And it started with her coming over to my family's house because she was initially afraid of inviting me over to hers at first.
Oh.
But I guess after some time, my friend randomly felt comfortable enough to invite me over to her home instead.
I'm in.
But I think I could tell that my friend immediately regretted it after she invited me over for dinner tonight, especially when I requested a fork and a knife to eat with.
Oh, okay.
At first, they only refused once.
Oh, so she asked and they said no?
Yeah.
What?
And they simply asked me to
Oh.
try to eat with my hands, since that's how they ate their food.
Oh. Okay.
Does
Go
it say
on.
what they were
Hold on.
eating?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on,
Maybe,
let's read it.
maybe.
Yeah. Let's let her finish first.
However, it seemed like I was making them uncomfortable with how bad I was grabbing the food with my hands, since I wasn't used to it. And I could tell that they looked displeased with how much I was struggling, but I didn't want to say anything at the time because of how awkward the whole atmosphere was. However, they did eventually decide to give me a spoon to eat with after seeing me struggle so hard.
Here.
Although I could tell that they were not happy to do so. But after dinner, it seemed like the whole mess was bad enough. that my friend's family was telling me that they wanted me to leave their home immediately.
Oh, it was that bad.
Was that serious?
So after leaving, my friend did send me a text telling me what happened. According to her family, they believed that I was behaving rudely to them by acting like I was bad at picking up and eating with my hands, since they had never seen anyone who was so bad at eating with food with their hands.
What?
And that they believed that me being so bad at picking and eating with my hands was so disrespectful, since they think I was only doing it to mock them and to pressure them to give me a utensil. I tried to explain to my friend over the phone that I wasn't trying to be rude and I was actually bad at eating food with my hands like that. And my friend seemed to understand, although she did defend them by saying that her family didn't believe the excuse that I could ever be that bad, since they argued that they even have seen beginners from cultures outside of their own eventually catch on with how to eat food with their hands properly, and that me not being able to get it meant that I wasn't trying hard enough to respect their culture. And because of that, my friend told me that her family was banning me from their home for good. And that she told me that her family also wanted to give me a final message of them wanting me to know that I should try harder to be a person who can finally attempt to learn how to respect other people's cultures better. I actually feel bad about the whole thing because I didn't mean to be so culturally insensitive to them. But also at the same time, I feel like this whole thing is a bit of an overreaction. But am I wrong though? Am I actually bastos?
No, girl.
No, girl.
I definitely do not think you're bastos. If anything, hearing that story now, I understand why your friend was hesitant to invite you over.
Yes,
Because they just nearly bit your head off. No, they banned you with a final message. That's wild.
I mean, can I also just start and add to that like, I know like culturally we're not all under one box, but I think for the most part, typically we're known to be very inviting, and like that doesn't sound anything close to any Filipino household that I've entered or brought a friend into, because like, ouch.
And hearing, even when you started reading, I was assuming that they were all eating with spoon and fork, and then she asked for a fork and knife, not knowing that they were actually eating with their hands. Also, like, even me, the last time I ate with my hands truly was like maybe I don't know if I even ate. I think I did it like in 2014, the last time I was in the Philippines, because I was like, oh, I'm back home. I haven't done this in a while. And I did it. But before I would do that, honestly, when my grandma was around, like, so I was like, 4 or 5. Like, that's my last memories of actually eating with my hands. And I have the vivid memory of her teaching, like, how you scoop the rice and then you use your thumb to push in and group it together. But no, I don't think she's bastos. I think the family could have shown her a little bit more grace.
Absolutely.
To make such an assumption, to be like, you're not trying hard enough. And especially knowing if this person is not Filipino, you know, like you could have shown her, or I don't know. I mean, I guess they did try, but I feel like that's a really harsh reality. Than to be banned from the home, like, it's pretty extreme.
That's a hard word.
Yeah. Banned with a final message. Like, that's wild.
I think, like, I agree with what you're saying. Like, I've never heard of a Filipino, like, being so uninviting, or like, it's like the opposite of inviting.
Yeah.
And, but I think the thing that's, like, I was reading some of the comments, and that's the part that kind of baffles me. It's like, I agree with some of them, because it's like, how hard is it to eat with your hands? I don't, like, obviously I'm biased because I grew up eating with my hands.
Yeah,
same.
I eat with my hands on a regular basis. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, just this weekend I was eating with my hands.
Literally, like 24 hours ago.
Yeah, like,
well, when it's like snacks.
It's how I prefer. Like, like, that's the other thing. Like,
snacks.
you're picking a chip out of a bag.
Yeah.
You're scooping some rice from, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure, like, it's like, I can kind of see how they could be offended, but I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Unless there was, like, some commentary or, like, their face was disgusted.
Or,
you just don't know.
You know what?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh.
I can get to that. Like, maybe in her mind, she didn't think she was being as rude, but maybe it was landing very like maybe her nonverbal cues is what made it look disrespectful, which could then make someone defensive or offended because you're like, this is my culture.
There's also, like, you know how they always say there's 3 sides to a story?
Yeah.
Her
fair.
version, their version, and what actually happened.
The truth. Yeah.
Like, so she could have just taken it like she tried, but great point. Like, you don't know her facial expressions.
You just don't know.
Any nonverbal.
Yeah.
Period,
How many stories
Yeah.
have we seen over the years where someone's like, I didn't mean to, but then you watch the clip back or whatever, and they're like, why'd you make your face
my
like
face
that?
look like that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just don't know. Like, maybe she, because, you know, she said she's never done it before. Maybe she was genuinely like,
Yeah,
who
like,
knows what they were eating?
it
And
could
you
also
guys
just be
eating
really
bangus
foreign.
and, like, all
Love
this stuff.
to know
Like,
what they
what
were
was on the
eating.
menu?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There are
Like,
people who are also like germaphobes, like maybe eating with your hands
Yeah,
is truly foreign.
absolutely.
Like culture
That
aside,
part.
you know, like that could be in someone's psyche, right? Like it's like I know what I'm supposed to do and you're telling me, but it's like it's just not natural to them
That's a
as
huge
we
part
know
of
that's
it.
part of our culture.
Yeah.
but also like the force. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, some Filipinos can be a little like pressury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like to a guest to that extent, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you want a fork and a spoon? Absolutely not.
They're pressuring on like eat, not
Yeah, exactly.
eat with a fork and
yeah,
spoon.
because they're like they
or eat with your hands.
refused. They
Yeah.
refused.
That was
a little
another thing. The
harsh.
fact that they refused the first
You know
time,
what I mean?
I feel like I would do a double take. Like what?
Because I feel like the natural inclination, again, just kind of thinking about my experience with my own family and like other people's
Yeah.
families, it's just like they would even offer you before you even, you know.
I
you know
put
what I
myself
mean?
in their shoes too. I'd be like, I'd say, hey, this is how we're eating. But if I knew my friend was of not Filipino,
Yeah, I'd be like, here's
then
your.
I'd be like, hey, if you want this, like you can have it as an
yeah.
option.
Just like in a restaurant, you go to a Chinese restaurant, they assume you don't know how to use chopsticks. They give you
Yeah.
the fork
Absolutely.
Dash the
and the spoon. Yeah, you know, like, I've been eating here for 25 years.
And
How
there's
dare
been
you?
times where you actually have to ask for the chopsticks.
Exactly.
Because they assume that you don't want the
Exactly.
chopsticks.
I can use chopsticks some days. I don't have the energy.
Listen, it's been a long
We
day.
do it
Yeah,
all-
my hands like.
I can't. Give me a
just-
spoon.
Oh no,
Just
I
gonna
love
shovel
to
it
eat with
into my mouth.
chopsticks. I think things taste better when you eat with a chopstick in a bowl.
It helps with my portion control.
That part. That's
You
what
know
I
what I
like
mean?
chopsticks
Like-
for. Yeah.
It really does.
I just like bringing the bowl to my mouth.
Okay, we're getting off topic now.
Anyway, so yeah.
No more food.
I know we're
Party.
expected no more food topics. So we're gonna tie it off.
yeah.
We'll cut it off there.
So I don't know. So do you think this person's bastos or not?
With the version that I got, no.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
correct.
think she's bustus.
We're agreed.
I think I think she experienced way more heat than necessary.
You know, like it doesn't. The reaction doesn't justify the means. Like it just.
Right.
It's not that serious.
If this person's non-binary. Sorry. If their friend.
Oh yes. sorry.
was so hesitant initially to invite them over, I feel like the issue is not so much with the cultural insensitivity. I think she knows her family is harsh.
That's another
I think she
element to
knows her
consider
family's
in this
like a little
story.
like,
Yeah.
you know. So I think that's what it really was. I don't think it has anything to do with the cult. I think that's just like a crutch that they're using for their behavior, just based again on the information.
Yeah,
that we
they seem like a
received.
tough crowd to please.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
no, that's a
no,
good one.
not
And
bustus.
Jill, we're done now. No more food.
No more food.
We're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Tita Salita. We're about to pump up the Filipino. Just to show how hungry we are, we totally forgot the Filipino phrase of the week. So we're just gonna double back. Sorry.
I was just gonna say we're just on Filipino time.
We're just on Filipino time. That's
Yeah.
all it is. So this week's phrase is magsimula tayo muli, which means let's start again. Bring it back. Very fitting. Magsimula tayo muli.
Magsimula tayo muli.
Magsimula tayo muli.
Ay.
All together now.
Magsimula tayo
muli. Muli. I made it. Anywho, guys, I just
So
heard.
fitting.
So good.
So
I mean, we made it. Technically, we made it. It's in the episode. So, Filipino Town in Las Vegas, guys, has been officially approved. So, add that to the list of places to go. So, on April
I'm
15th,
waiting for this.
2025, the Clark County Commission unanimously approved the establishment of Filipino Town, a cultural district in Las Vegas designed to celebrate the Filipino American community's rich heritage and contributions. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit more background info
tell me
on that.
everything.
Location and significance, the newly designated district spans 1.2-mile stretch over Maryland Parkway between Flamingo Road and Desert Inn Road. This area is already a vibrant hub for Filipino culture, anchored by establishments like Seafood City, Supermarket, we all know it well, and various Filipino-owned businesses within the Boulevard Mall. Community leadership and vision, the initiative was spearheaded by Rosita Villanueva Lee, I hope I said that right, a longtime Las Vegas resident and prominent advocate for Asian American and Pacific Islander communities. Lee emphasized that the district aims to preserve and celebrate Filipino culture, commerce, food, celebrations, and religion. And for those of you that don't know, Las Vegas is home to an estimated 250,000 Filipinos, the largest Asian American ethnic group in southern Nevada.
Oh.
The creation of Filipino Town marks a significant milestone. The district is expected to host cultural festivals, public art installations, and small business initiatives that reflect the rich traditions and economic impact of the Filipino community in the region.
Wow,
So I thought that was really
Max there
awesome.
too. Max's restaurant. Max's we used to have one in Scarborough.
Oh yes,
they're
yes.
opening one
We used
there,
to have
too.
a few there. But
they
I thought
have
that was
one.
pretty awesome. Low-key waiting for the day we get a Filipino Town in Toronto.
Yeah, that'd be
That
cool.
would be really dope.
Bathurst and Wilson.
Is that, I was actually gonna say, where would you see
Yeah.
it? If we were gonna get a Filipino Town in Toronto?
Bathurst and Wilson.
Bathurst and Wilson?
I would love one in Scarborough. Selfishly.
Yes,
You're
because
onto something there.
we are very. There's so much more at Bathurst and Wilson.
I know.
There is.
It's so
It's-
built up.
Less traffic if you're going east. Just saying.
I remember the
parking.
one day I was, I think I was maybe 17, and I went on the bus and I was at Bathurst and Wilson, and I for a split second I looked up and I was like, the whole bus was packed, like rammed, standing, no seats, only Filipinos, and I was like,
Am I in Manila?
literally, like, wow.
Wow.
And then I later found out that's why.
Nice.
But yeah, we do need one. Where in Scarborough?
It would have to be east, like closer to Morningside,
Oh, I could see
West
that.
Hill area.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I would love it closer, like north, but that's just not realistic. That's not where the Filipino
What would we
restaurants
want
are.
there?
Yes. What would we want to see?
I would want to see a second location of Baker's Best Bakery,
Hello.
Jolly
Sign me
Bees.
up.
a Jollibee's,
Jollibees.
a seafood city, obviously, and just some nice locals, like the go-to lumpia spot.
Yes.
Like I
Maybe
want to see some
Mississauga.
sinigang. Oh,
I love East. You know, I'm gonna rep East for the end. I'm just saying that could also be another.
There's
location.
also a
and they
lot
have
in
a seafood. Oh
Brampton,
no, but we
too.
have a seafood city too
yeah,
in the East. Okay, never mind.
we do.
Anyways.
I'm not coasting.
Those are all
I think
good.
it's Warden and Eglinton would kind of be, because that's where the seafood city
Oh,
is.
yeah.
So maybe that's kind of more
Yeah.
And
central.
I feel like that's a developing.
yeah, it is,
area, right,
For
with the-
sure.
Yeah.
That plaza is going through a bit of overhaul, it seems. So
There's always a lot going on over there.
What else did we want to see? A communal spot for all the Lolas. You know the ones that group like at Tim Hortons.
yeah,
Yes.
Give them their own space. No, give them their own.
They're always at
community
Town Center now.
Yes, yeah, Town Center.
There's
Shout
a
out that group.
strong Filipino hub in Scarborough Town Center before it opens, because they do their steps
Yeah,
around the mall, which I think is adorable. But then they're there the whole day.
yeah,
Oh, sorry, not the whole day. Until until the high school kids come.
yeah.
I would like to see like if it was at Warden and Eglinton, I just think there's so much opportunity for that parking lot if they turned it into like a little festival.
Ooh, oh, like a festival, because you know
just
we
like a
love
little
our
night market.
festivals. What?
Yeah, right? Just
Year
a little
round.
one.
I'm sure we could occupy that, no problem.
They
Barbecue.
had Ube Festival. We need like a Lumpia Festival.
Yep, I could definitely see that. Give me a line dancing class. I've
Yeah.
been saying this for a while. I love.
I would love
but
that.
like, you know,
yeah.
cool and like our music, like
But, like,
modify
tinkling.
it.
No, okay, because what
How
I'm
did
saying,
you forget
That's a
to
good
put
one.
a bowling alley?
I
Oh,
was
bowling
dying.
alley.
okay.
She's like, give me a minute.
And because what I was going to say is that like instead of performances, lessons would be so good.
Oh,
like a
yes.
tinkling lesson on the spot.
I would love that.
Also, my inner
bowling
child.
lessons on the spot.
Yep.
How to follow through.
Or like an open,
Hey.
exactly, like drop-in class or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Also, Hawaiian dancing. I never got to do that as a kid, so I feel like that would be fun. A fun
I
dance
still
class.
am willing to revisit that now.
Yes. Actually, if anybody out there knows of adult Hawaiian
Oh, no.
dance classes,
I had
Something
someone
with a
tell us that
drop-in?
we can
There's
come
so
in for a
many.
drop-in.
yeah,
so
I haven't
many.
I haven't taken the set to actually research it,
One of
but
my
yeah,
church
no, that'd be
friends
one
I did
I'd like
learn
to go
though
to.
that once you do like the drop-in class, if you are looking to join, they place you based on like your
Skill.
skill level.
I feel
No
like I gotta
matter your
loosen up my
age.
hips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah.
we'll be separated because you're definitely going up there.
Right? I don't know about all that. Gotta shake off the rest. But no, I think that would be cool. I also feel like as Filipinos, we're just so creative. So whether that is gallery space or
Yes.
community space that could be turned into
Like
exhibits or have panels to do networking, like that element of community within Filipino Town. I think would
Karaoke
be.
bars.
How did we miss karaoke?
How did we miss karaoke
That's
bars?
a
It's not
given.
done.
What else
Low
did you guys
hanging
put in
fruit.
there?
Yeah.
What else? What are all things Filipino?
Well, video key, not just karaoke.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
Because we need the
Video key.
scoring system.
Yeah.
We need one of those, like, I know this is probably like a reach, but like, you know, when they have those indoor like wave pools and make it look like the beach.
Like an island.
Yeah, yeah.
Staycation. Give us like a spa, like like one of those spas like out in Whitby, but like Filipino style, like going into
Like a retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
If you could do
yes,
something like that.
I
that
don't
would
know
be
why
cool.
anyone's ever. I think it's expensive,
Like,
maybe.
No
Filipino
one's done it
style
yet.
go spa.
Yeah,
Like, you know
would
what I
love
mean?
that.
Yes.
Each room's like a different beach. Like,
Yeah, like
Yes.
a different part of the Philippines.
Exactly.
Yes.
Guys, we're feeding you ideas. Make it happen, please.
Give us a Green Hills.
Ooh.
That could be dope, like a palenque style or consignment, if you want to make it more fancy.
Because you can make ube, right? Like my mom always tells these stories about like making ube. Like I want to make the ube halaya. Like just
Oh.
What's that? Halaya? What is that?
the jam. It's
Like,
not
it's like
jam,
the-
but it's like the
it's
stuff
the
that you put
purest
in
form
everything.
of
Yeah.
Got you.
ube,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a halo halo. Okay, no food.
Nope.
No,
I was about to say
no
no food. No. Get in
Just
trouble.
kidding.
But yeah, no, I think that would be dope. And who knows, maybe
there-
one day.
Is there a larger Filipino? Sorry, I'm blanking. In
Oh, like population.
population. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ken. I know she's typing.
Is it larger there than the Bay Area? Like San Francisco?
yeah, that's true.
Can you check that?
That's a great question.
Because I know.
Who has more Filipinos, like us, Hawaii, or Cali? Like, or not
Well,
Cali.
the Filipinos in Hawaii, they're not really. Some of them are already like born there, so they're
True.
Hawaiian. But does that make sense?
Yeah.
They might.
No, it's a different kind of identity.
Yeah,
no,
they
for sure.
kind of identify
think is
as
number
Hawaiian.
What is it? It's between Toronto, Hawaii, and
I just put states. I just
Oh,
put
in
because we were
states.
talking
Who has
about
the
Filipino.
most?
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna
not San
assume it's within
Francisco?
California. Or San Fran
I
could be a
would say
good guess too.
Frisco.
Seattle? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe Seattle. Seattle might be on the map.
All right. So I'll, number one, California, 1.6 million plus
Okay.
Filipinos.
Okay.
So nearly half of all Filipino Americans live in California.
Oh.
Wow.
Major hubs are LA, San Diego, San Francisco Bay Area.
Cool.
Areas like Daly City and Carson are often nicknamed Little Manila.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
Manila.
cute.
Yeah. Number two is Hawaii, 367 plus Filipinos, so about 25% of the state's population.
Nice.
They are the largest Asian ethnic group in Hawaii, mainly in Oahu and Honolulu.
Nice.
Texas has 210,000 Filipinos. I have family there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yep.
Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming at all.
Fastest growing Filipino communities are in Houston, Dallas, Fort
Oh.
Worth, and San Antonio.
Good to know.
Right? So
Also, I know someone wants to
I'm
go
trying
there.
Texas. I've been trying to go to
I know
Texas.
Camille's keeping her eye down there.
Right?
Yep.
Nevada, 168,000 plus Filipinos,
Wow.
primarily centered in Las Vegas, as we know.
There you go.
And they are the largest Asian group in the state, or one of. New York is number 5, 144,000 plus Filipinos.
Nice.
They're
all in
concentrated in
Queens.
Manhattan,
They're all
and parts
in
of Long
Queens.
Island. Yeah.
Nice.
But in Canada, just quickly, number 1 is Ontario,
Yeah,
360,000 plus.
Check.
Right? And it says like they're
sure
pretty
we
much
can.
everywhere. Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Scarborough, Markham. Like they're
Oh, there you
everywhere.
go.
There you go.
Toronto alone has over 170,000 plus people of Filipino
Okay, nice.
descent.
Okay, so you're kind of up to par with like New York-ish number wise.
Number 2 is British Columbia.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Alberta. Number 4 is Manitoba. And
Oh.
number 5 is Quebec, mostly centered in Montreal.
Nice.
What?
Yeah. I'm surprised there's not more out east because of seafood,
Right?
Oh yeah.
honestly.
Like Northwest Territory.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to Nunavut, but like, what
There we
about
go.
Nova Scotia? I don't
That's
know.
Shout out.
I'm curious.
Our kababayan from all over
Yes.
North America.
East Coast, West Coast, U.S., Canada. You are a thriller in Manila from Manila.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that was good. That was a fun episode, y'all.
Yes.
Another
Good to
week,
know
another
stats.
episode.
Damn, always.
Thank you for hanging out with your titas from Tita Salita. You know where to find us next week, and we'll see you then. Ingat.
Have a little beauty.